Hi, welcome to my video on quadrantal angles. Definition of a let's put the Q in here. Definition of a quadrantal angle on a unit circle. An angle in standard position whose terminal arm lies along the x-axis or the y-axis. The angle is a multiple of 90. Example, we have a theta is 90. Here's the circle. So we start from on this point, which is 1, 0, and we rotate 90 degrees right there. So 90 degrees, this point that's a quadrantal angle rotation. 180 degrees, let's draw another circle. So we rotate 180 degrees from here, and we stop right here. So this point is -1, 0, and we rotate it from x is 1, y is 0. When we rotate 90 degrees from 1, 0, we end up right here. At this point, x is 0, y is 1. Let's rotate 270 degrees on a circle. So rotate again from 1, 0 on the unit circle. So when we rotate all the way around 270, that's a 90, 180, and 90 more. There's 270 degree rotation right around to here. And this point here, x is 0, y is -1. So 270 degree rotation, we stop at this point. This is the point. And again, the rotation here is 180, and we stop at this point. 360 degree rotation, here's a circle, and we start from 1, 0, 360, 90, 180, 270, 360, we're back. So 360 degrees is a quadrantal angle because it ends up on the x-axis, and the coordinates of the point comes back to 1, 0. 0 degree rotation, there's a circle, and we rotate 0 degrees, which means we don't move. So the point is 0 degrees, 1, 0 is the point. -90 on a circle. -90 starts here at 1, 0, and we rotate -90 is a quadrantal angle. There it is. So we end up at the point of 0, -1. -90 is a quadrantal angle because it ends up on the y-axis. And a -180 on a circle. There's a circle. So negative start here at 1, 0, -90, -180. There it is. So a -180 degree rotation ends up at right here at x is -1, y is 0. And this is a -90 rotation. I just put that in there just to make sure. Now let's go to this one, -270. So here's a circle. So we start right here at 0. So the point is 1, 0. So we rotate -90, -180. So -270 is right there. So this point is x is 0, y is 1. So that's a -270. So that's a quadrantal angle. As long as you end up on the x-axis or the y-axis, then that rotation or that angle is a quadrantal angle. -360, we start again at point 1, 0. -360 is counterclockwise right around to come back to the same point again. So that's a -360 rotation, and so the coordinates of the point is 1, 0. 450, so we got 450. We take, it's too large, we don't want to rotate that much. Let's take off 360, so we get a 90. So we have a circle. So 450 would be 90, 180, 270, 360 plus 90 more. But if you just take out the 360 and say 90, so this is the rotation of 450, and I have to go outside like this. There it is right there. So that ends up to be 0, 1. Or if you rotated 90, you would end up in the same, on the same point right there. And then negative 540, we're going to add on 360. So that gives us a negative 180. We add on 360 again, so it gives us 180. So instead of going around the circle, instead of going like that, which is negative 360 and then 180 negative, there's the point. So we add on the 360 twice. That's the same as going this way, like that. And so there's the point, and the coordinates of that point, x is negative 1, y is 0. And 990, well, is positive, so take off 360. We take off 360, 990, and you subtract 360, you get 630. If you subtract 360 again, you get a 270. So if you rotate it 990, like that, you would end up the same as 270. So you'd end up right back at this point right here, and the coordinates of this point is x is 0, y is negative 1 on a 990. Okay, so quadrantal angles are angles that end up on the x-axis or the y-axis. 90s end up on the y-axis or the x-axis. On a unit circle, cos is the x, sine is the y. So let's draw a circle. Let's draw a circle whose radius is 1. So this point is 1, 0. This point is 0, 1. This point is negative 1, 0. And this point is 0, negative 1. So the radius of this circle is 1. So these are the points that end up on the axis. Here on the y-axis, here on the x-axis. So the cos is the x. So the cos of 0, 0 rotation is here. Cos is the x, so x is 1. The sine of 0, so there's 0 again, 0 rotation. The sine is the y, so the y is 0. Try your calculator and go cos 0, you get 1, but your calculator has been degree mode. The sine of 0 on the calculator gives you 0. And how about a 90? A 90 degree rotation is right here. Again, cos is the x, which is 0. The sine of 90 is the y, 1. Check your calculator. Cos of 90, 0. Sine of 90, 1. And we have a negative rotation. A negative 180 is right here. So there's the negative rotation right to here. 180. So cos is the x, negative 1. Sine is the y, 0. And we rotate a negative 90, and a negative 90 rotation is right to here. So cos of this negative 90 is 0. And the sine of negative 90 is the y, negative 1. Practice means you can pause your video and work these out. 180 rotation. 180 rotation is right to here. There's the 180 rotation. Cos is the x, which is the negative 1. The sine of 360. 360 is the rotation. Right to here. And sine is the y, so it's a 0. Again, check with your calculator. The cos of a negative 270. Negative 270, negative 90, negative 180, negative 270. Cos is the x, 0. Sine of negative 450. Again, add 360, you get a negative 90. And if you add 360 again, you get 270. So negative 450 ends up to be 270 positive right here. So negative 450 is a negative 360 and 90 more. There you are. So the sign is the y and is a negative 1. So check your calculator. The sign of a negative 450 is negative 1. I'll just check with my calculator very quickly just to see. Here we go. Clear it. Just to make sure. Sine of negative 450. See if we're right. E works out to be negative 1. So you can check with your calculator to make sure. Okay, let's continue. And note on a unit circle, the tan is opposite over adjacent. Tan is the y over the x. The cot is the reciprocal, x over y. And the secant is 1 over cos, which is 1 over x. The cosecant is sine, so it's 1 over reciprocal of sine, or is 1 over y. So let's use these trig ratios, other tan, cosecant. Let's work out these. The tan of 0 degrees is right here. So the tan is the y over the x. So at 0, the y is 0 and the x is 1. 0 over 1 is 0. Try your calculator. Tan of 0, you should get a 0. Cosecant is, this is a 90, so the 90 is 0, 1. So cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, so sine is 1 over y. So it's, if you look at this point right here, 0, 1, the y is 1, so 1 over 1, which gives me 1. Secant is the reciprocal of cos, so the 270, so cos is x, so secant is 1 over x. So 270, let's look at 270, there's 270 there, x is 0, so we have 1 over 0, and 1 over 0 is undefined because you can't divide by 0. Cot is the reciprocal of sine. Sine is the y over x. Cos is the x over y. So we'll go 360 degrees. 360 start here, right back to where we started. So it's the x, which is 1, over the y, which is 0. 1 over 0 is undefined. And number 5, tan. Tan is the y over the x. Negative 180. Here, start here. Negative 180 is right here. And the y is 0. The x is negative 1. So 0 over negative 1 is 0. And this cosecant of negative 90, cosecant is the reciprocal of c, reciprocal of sine. Sine is 1 over y. So negative 90, there's 0. Negative 90 is right here. So it's 1 over y. The y is negative 1. So it's 1 over negative 1, which is negative 1. So that's going over the quadrantal angles, an angle that ends up on one of the axes, x-axis or y-axis. And again, everything is memorized and learned. Cos is x, sine is y, tan is y over x, cot is x over y, secant is the reciprocal of cos is 1 over x, cosecant is the reciprocal of sine, which is 1 over y. And you have this circle memorized. And if you like my video, click the like button, subscribe button, notification bell. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content of my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.